Good morning and happy November, everybody. Glad you joined us this morning for Northwood Replay 2021. It's our 9th and final episode of the Northwood Timberwolf football team and our chance to have a conversation with head coach Leonard Haynes. My partner, as always, my co-host is Rich Violette, and it's great to have you along. These are the days where tomorrow's high is today's low. So we are mid-November, and we have found ourselves entering week 11 of the GLIAC football season, and we're glad that you've had a chance this morning to join us. As always, Coach Violette, we plan more today than we ever have, so the responsibility's on you. You go ahead with that first question, my friend, and we'll get this thing started.
Okay. Well, welcome, Coach. Tough game Saturday. I thought we played extremely well in the first half. It was 13-0 at halftime. I thought the defense was playing extremely well. Just a couple of things, I guess. Your thoughts on the game, but that first series, I'm just curious. It's 4th and 9, and ultimately we get a bad snap, and it puts us back to the 35. So it puts us against the 8 ball a little bit there. They end up going and scoring. Mm-hmm. But was that going to be a pooch kick out of the quarterback, or were we going for it at 4th and 9 there at midfield?
Well, I'm risky, but I wasn't that risky to go for it. But our plan was to quick kick it. So if anyone watched the game, if you can see our quarterback lines up in its normal alignment, then he steps back. And we've practiced this all season, and then we have a bad snap, and obviously everyone probably thought Coach Haynes was crazy trying to go for it.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, I didn't have my game face on. I said, I'm not sure we should be going for it here, 4th and 9. I wasn't thinking, quick pooch until later that night. I thinking, you know what, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, it was going to be a quick kick, something we've practiced, something we've done before early in the year. And like I said, bad snap.
And you do that so they can't put a return man back, right?
Correct, to get the ball down, hopefully closer to that end zone and make them have to dig out of that. So, but yeah, bad snap, and wasn't going for it, Rich. Wasn't going for it.
Yeah, and you're getting 49 yards plus on an average from Parker Bluss's punt too. So with no return man, that actually gives you and boy, he had a 62-yarder Saturday too. He was kicking the ball well, and that would have given you the field position that you wanted versus what you ended up with the high snap over Ty's head.
Yes, and that's what we wanted to kind of pin those guys deep, and so again, yes. It was planned, and that's what we wanted to get out of it.
Your safety play was very, very good in that first half.
Yes, it was.
I just thought the defense came to play in the first half, and a couple bad things happened to us mentally.
Yeah, you're right. I thought the defense came to play. They were running around. We got a pick. Santiago got a nice pick, a tendency that we saw, and he jumped it and got a pick out of it. So. They were running around, had a lot of energy, and obviously we had some mental lapse that you just can't have. We knew Tech was a good team, and all the teams we played have been pretty good. So, but one thing about us, we got to stop making teams look good. We make them look better than what they are.
I just off from that, you found yourself down at the half, not by a bundle. 13-0 was the score at the half. They end up shutting you out. The final score ends up being 30-0. And we had talked about it a week ago in this program about on paper we matched up well, and you really played the averages. Again, we'll talk your safety, your corner, and your linebacker play in the first half. Offensively, it just didn't seem like we could get our motor running. I mean, in the second half, we were inside the red zone twice and came away empty. And at that point, we're down 3, maybe 4 scores. So you need the massive points you can get. Right. But, the goal line stopped down there. We were first and goal on the 2 and didn't punch it in. We were inside the 20, and we were 4 and out in the series, at the end of the series. At that point, Coach, do you look back, and I know you practice because I see you guys on the field come Monday, and I always watch you doing your walkthroughs on Thursday, so it's not that you're out there. What's the final step to get Northwood to play Northwood and not beat Northwood?
Good question. We were trying to figure that out. We try to do different things to get these guys going, and we practice, like you said, like everyone else. We practice, and one thing we talk about is finishing. Make sure we're down in those situations in the red zone. having the opportunity to finish and capitalizing on opportunities, and that we just haven't done all year. It's kind of been our thing for some reason all year, maybe except for a couple games, but we got to be able to move the ball, get it down in the red zone, on the goal line, and get in there.
Correct.
And we have not done that consistently, and we just got to keep finding a way to get over that hump.
This kind of leads a little bit into that, Coach. Excuse me. Saturday, a short field touchdown, the 35 yards after the bad snap, mentally. 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. A 41-yard big run for a touchdown. We fumbled the ball twice and lost a lot of field position. I know we don't have the crystal ball, right? We'd like to have a crystal ball, and I know these are young men,
right,
and we got a young team, but what do we got to do mentally to get over that hump? Because it just feels like we're there.
Knocking on the door.
We clean up just a few things mentally, and I think – we're obviously more talented than, our mental mistakes lead us to be.
And that's fair, Rich, right? How do we get over that mental hump? And it's a mindset, and it's something we're going to definitely develop in our off season and address real strongly with our football team. We've addressed it during the season, but I think now this off season would definitely lend us to working on that mindset and changing the mindset. So, a lot of it comes down to that, your preparation, which, quite frank with you, we prepared all week. I thought our guys great practices. The preparation was great. And, kind of go out there. Now, again, nothing against Tech. Tech was prepared. We knew they were going to be good. They always are. Very sound, disciplined team. And so, but we knew we were going to have to be at our best in order to push through and have a chance to win that football game. So, it's something we have to work on and stop getting in Northwood's way. We get in our own way at times, and that definitely has hindered us. So, and again, it starts at the top with me, and we got to get that cleaned up.
Yeah. And it's hard to do that on Saturday.
Right.
I mean, you're not, you got other things to worry about on Saturday.
Absolutely.
And right.
Now, everybody's been playing under the same guise of having no season in 2020, right? The COVID year, that'll probably be an asterisk in everybody's conference matchups from here forward, right? But in all fairness, coming out of last year and having no games, having guys sit for 12 months before they were able to be active again and starting it, I'm also looking at the chemistry changes that you had within your club, not only at the leadership level with primarily all new coaches in your support staff, but also the guys that sat the year plus the incoming recruits that were going to play in 2020 that didn't, and now they're playing in 2021, and they're starting to be a bit of a log jam of what you're recruiting now versus guys who signed 2 years ago that only played this year. So the dynamics of that chemistry of 2021 has been uniquely different in all of the changes, plus the COVID asterisk we're talking about. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. It's something I've talked to the staff about. Coach Mack and myself talked about our defense, for instance. We have 17, 18 guys who never taken a snap until this year, or guys that did not start, until this year. And so it was kind of a, aha moment.
Sure.
Saying, man, you're right. There's a lot of new guys out on that football field, plus a couple, like you said, with new coaches, new coordinators, and a brand new coaching staff, and getting used and acclimated to those coaches,
right, and
what we're now doing, because it's different from what we've done in the past. So
right,
just all that kind of coupled together, just kind of was a storm of some sorts. But at the end of the day, these kids work hard.
Yep.
I love their work ethic. They come to practice every day, despite the record, the scoreboard. They have come out and they have been very, very enthusiastic for practice.
We would agree, even come game day. Yeah. Even getting shut out, Coach, we still have highlights, which we highlight and talk about every week. Yeah. We may not end up with the W, but it's not that we're not having some efforts. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our highlights on our last home game of 2021 last weekend.
Here we go. Defensively here, there's Eric Santiago right there on that interception. Some of what I talked to you guys about, some tendencies that they show.
Right? Yeah.
It's kind of a tendency breaker, and we were able to pick up on that and see our offense moving the ball here a little bit as we were getting close to that red zone. And here we are, a little scramble by our quarterback, and we find Christian Martinez here for the first down. So, again, we're doing some good things. We can move the ball. Again, it's about finishing like we talked about there, Rich. And so we got to definitely get better at that. We get one more shot at it. And you see our Ty Cox running a little bit. I didn't know Ty was as fast. He's taking the chains off, I guess. But it was good to see him again running here for a pivotal first down, again, as we're marching. And then a kickoff return here by Tajay Leslie. You know, he's getting close to breaking one. He's a pretty excitable player, in my opinion, and so I can't wait for him to be able to break one of these loose.
38 yard for sure.
Yeah, 38, and here you go defensively, and here's Bimbo on the tackle for loss. You know, he's had a pretty good year this year as a freshman.
Saturday.
Yeah, as a freshman linebacker, he's definitely been a pleasant surprise, and you see here to Ethan Bunch, our receiver, as we're, you know, making a move down the field in this particular drive, and I believe this will be to Ethan Bunch again, young freshman receiver now who's kind of breaking out his shell a little bit.
3 catches for 40 yards
Yeah,
Saturday.
for 40 yards. So he's going to be a guy down the road in the future. I think it's going to be very pivotal for us. And as you guys can see, the score not where we want it, like we just talked about, but we'll keep getting better. We got another week to do that. You see, Northern Michigan was at Saginaw Valley. Saginaw 33-21 over Northern. Grand Valley 62-13 over Wayne State, and Ferris State 50 over Davenport, 14 over Davenport. Conference standings, you know, Ferris and Grand Valley right at the top with Saginaw right there in the third spot, and Michigan Tech and Saginaw tied for that third spot in the conference, as you see, and we round out the rest down here at the bottom. And overall records, again, Ferris and Grand Valley right at the top. 2 nationally ranked football teams. I'm sure they'll be in the playoffs, things of that nature. And then you see where we are.
Coach, we'll talk a little bit in segment 2 about moving on in the GMAC and so on. Are you positives on the year? I mean, I know it's been a tough year, win-loss, and there certainly have had to have some positives. And I know the young coaching staff has been a positive in my eyes.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, coach staff, you know, I'm very excited about our coaching staff. Love coming to work with these guys. Man, they've been just a joy to be around. And so, and all the hard work and effort that they've put in and trying to get this thing going and get this ship going in the right direction. It's been just great to see their energy and their positivity about attacking every day. And our players, you know, can't say enough about those guys. These guys, again, like I said, they come to practice every day, ready to work. You know, no matter what the record is or what the scoreboard said, you know, we haven't got the results we've wanted, and everyone is disappointed by that. By you know, in no measure anybody's happy about that. But these guys come to work every day, practice hard, man, and you couldn't tell what the record was if you stepped out of our practice to watch the joy of these young men flying around. And it's intense at times, but they are also having fun with one another.
Yes, sir. And
We're
we're having fun watching them have fun, to be honest with you. Well, tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to put you right in, when we return, we're going to put you right into the Northwood offensive backfield. But I'm going to guarantee you, whatever happens while we're back there, this is one of the guys you want to give it to if you find yourself in that spot. We're going to introduce you to running back for the Northwood Timberwolves, and we're going to do that right after this.
Hi, my name is Callum and I'm here at MCTV. This week I'm learning how to be a sports reporter. If you want to learn how you can get involved, check out the info below.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's segment 2 of episode 9 as we wind down Northwood Replay 2021 in our final episode. Great to have you along this morning. As we've been able to do the last several weeks, we're going to take the helmet and shoulder pads off these young men. You hear us talk about them all the time. And Coach Haynes has warmed up the seat for senior running back Brock Franklin. And Brock, it is great to have you along this morning. Thanks for being here.
It's great to be here. I appreciate you guys having me along.
You bet. So Lincoln, Michigan, Lincoln-Elkona is your home. Your degree from Northwood is in entrepreneurship. This is your 5th fall, you said, at the Wood. And so in a matter of days, with your walk that's coming up mid-December with your commencement and that celebration of that achievement in your life, what has Northwood prepared you to do, and what do you reckoning you're gonna tackle once you always you're hard to tackle. But what are you going to tackle in the next few days when you put a wrap on this Northwood education thing?
Well, this fifth year thing is kind of making me feel a little bit old, but looking to go home and put everything that Northwood's taught me, whether you learn a lot through football, obviously, real life stuff. So a lot of great professors at Northwood. So I'm just looking at going home and getting a job in HVAC, kind of completing my journeyman's, and that's kind of where I'll reside.
Cool.
Brock, you probably don't know this, but I got a grandson that's named after you.
I did hear that. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
And I think we might have been up in northern Michigan.
I think you're
And
right.
I think the last time we were up there, and I think you were running the ball, and I turned to Dale and I said, boy, I like that name. And, of course, my son was listening online. So anyway,
That's really cool.
cool story. Football. I love watching you run. Okay, you run hard. You run people over. I've been really surprised at your cuts lately. You got some pretty nice cuts, too. You've been seeing the field a lot better, making some nice cuts.
Yep.
I see you when you cover the ball like a true fullback running out of the tee. Did you do that in Lincoln, Elkona High School? Did you run the tee?
Yeah, we ran the tee quite a bit. Well, that's all we ran since I was in 6th or 7th grade. So we were always two hands on the football, hiding the football, running out our fakes. So
I taught that over and over and over again because I had the running backs in high school. And when I seen you cover that ball up for the very first time, I went, that kid knows how to cover the ball, and I doubt he's ever going to fumble it. So, good stuff.
So you're getting ready to strap it on one more time in your college football career. You're going to do it in a real genuine spot in northern Michigan, up at Marquette, up at the Superior Dome. You've had a chance to play some football up there underneath the Oak Dome. Knowing it's your last college football game, you approaching it not any differently, but what are some of the emotions and the thoughts going through your young head as you're getting ready to get behind a quarterback and an offensive line for the last time at Northwood?
Well, I just kind of want to take it all in. It's a great opportunity up there. I love playing underneath the dome, and it's just a big atmosphere, and I just want to do my best. That way I don't leave my teammates hanging. So I just feel like I got to study all the plays right. I got to do a lot more mentally to get prepared to help slow down the game. When you put that helmet on, everything's so fast. So just being mentally prepared helps slow it down.
Yeah.
Been real proud of you waiting your turn, taking the opportunity when it came. You've had some good running backs back there with you, obviously, right? You're seeing a little bit more playing time. Tell me, when you're not getting the ball, what are your responsibilities?
When I'm not getting the ball, just hyping up everybody else, especially if we're pass blocking too. You want to make sure the quarterback feels comfortable back there. Blocking for the other wing backs or slots out on the edge. I mean, the wide receivers and slots block for us about every play. So, I mean, it really helps them out and helps us out, obviously. If we want to break a long run, a lot of times they have the key block, and that really goes unnoticed.
And I notice you running your fakes out too very well. So when you don't have the ball, it's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If we can kind of get a linebacker to kind of key me for a split second, that'll help open up something else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we've enjoyed it. I think one of the things I like most as we get ready to wrap things up here, if I see you get two touches in a row, I call it the Brock Franklin series, because right now I know we're going to just keep feeding them Brock, and it's fun to watch you later in the game too. You've had some huge successes in the last several weeks, but you can actually take a game to a defense that thought they had you guys under wraps, and you can actually turn the tide on your drives. You're just an absolute pleasure to be a part of. So thanks for being with us this morning, and I'll get back to you on the exact days you have until December 11th when we commence you. But we wish you nothing but the best of luck from what's here forward, and just get out of here and go mad, will you?
Will do. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, young fella.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Brock Franklin, his last day to suit as a Timberwolf is Saturday up at Northern Michigan University. And why don't we talk about Northern Michigan University with Coach Haynes, and we'll do that right after this. Hi, welcome back, everybody. Northwood Replay 2021, and it is the final episode. We're glad you're along, as you have been, most of you, for the entire season. It's always great to talk Northwood football with head coach Leonard Haynes. And Coach Haynes, you've done it again. You seem to be pretty consistent on bringing us good young men to sit in the chair that you sit in for our first segment, and tell us a little bit about the leadership style and what Brock Franklin means to this ball club.
Brock is your classic lunch pail, hard-nosed type of young man. Quiet, didn't want to do the show. Definitely did not want to do the show, but he did really good. He was
Looked
excellent.
good in that chair, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. He was a natural, but great young man to have around the program, great leader. You know, again, he's more of a silent type of leader, and he just shows up and work, and that's how he leads.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
Coach, let's talk about Northern. It's we've got the last 7 out of 8 up there, you know, against those guys. I know you don't want to hear that, but yeah. But something about Northern we've matched up well against recently. We got them earlier in the year, and what are you seeing different? Are they doing? Is there anything different since we played them earlier in the year? What do we got to look for?
You know, not much different. They're doing some different things offensively that we've noticed, and also they have defensively. They have not changed who they are, but they stop a lot of their movements up front. So the stunts, things of that nature. So they're playing more straight up and just flying to the football, for what we can tell. So it seemed like they just gotten somewhat better as the year is going on, and just shored up some things on the offense and the defense side of the ball, just to make it more simple. It seems like for their kids just to play and fly around. Yeah.
You know, I think I look defensive. They're not taking the ball away a lot. I don't think they get interceptions and they don't get fumbles and so on. So maybe that's why they've changed it up. Maybe they're I don't know.
And maybe you're right. Yeah, I mean, again, but they're the same personnel. The guys just, again, I think they just done a good job of not trying to overcomplicate it with their players and just let them play now, from what I can tell.
Okay.
So, and like I said, offensively, they added some new wrinkles to their offense. But at the end of the day, they still want to do what they're going to do, whether it's run the ball and some of your play action pass stuff, and the quarterback who's usually likes to keep the ball and run a little bit with it.
Assuming we'll still see Drake Davis on the quarterback.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at Davis, he's averaging 32 yards on the ground, their QB. Passing, he's at about 59% of his completion. He averages about 160 yards a game. Defensively, I'm noticing that they've got a couple of linebackers that are a couple of monsters. A youngster by the name of Brochert has 102 tackles on the season. A young fellow right behind him, Whitley, has 88. So they have their key components. And then they got a fellow that doesn't show up at the top of any of these, but he is their all-purpose yards. He's a running back, he's a kick return man, and he's a receiver, a young fellow by the name of Tyquan Cox. And Tyquan averages 136 a game through 10 games. So you have some spots where your focus this week has been to prepare against they got 3 receivers averaging about 16 yards a catch. So they distribute it and they evenly flow that. So you can't isolate, but you got to recognize, right?
Oh yeah. Again, they just try to get the ball to the playmaker's hands, and Cox is it Cox?
Yes.
He's been real good for him. He's gotten better throughout the year. Number 20, that is. And so
it is.
They try to find ways to get him the ball for sure. And so they, like I said, they just simplify things and tweak some things. So, but we try to go out and do what we got to do and play a full 60 minutes, period.
I think, I have fun analyzing, right? I look at the numbers and I look at the teams and stuff like that. And we turned it around last time we played them on special teams. We blocked a field goal.
Correct.
And got a score out of that, right? I believe.
Yeah.
And
sure did.
Yeah.
It's a scoop and score.
And Malik, I think.
Malik Emerson, yeah.
So I look at the special teams play, and then I look at what they bring on special teams. I think we're much, much better than they are on special teams, to be quite honest with you. They got nothing for kick returns, interceptions, fumble. They haven't not scored on special teams or any kind of a big turnover. So do you think this game could come down to special teams? And
I don't know what it can come down to, Fish, but if it does, hopefully we have that advantage, like you said, that'll give us an edge to finish this thing out. So our special teams, I think, have been pretty decent this year and have gotten better throughout the year. And so we definitely going to lean on those guys to help us as well.
Yeah, and if you contain their quarterback who's run pass, right?
Yes.
He's 75% of their go and everything.
Yeah,
So,
and he makes them go. I think they're a better team with him for
Yeah.
sure. Yes.
Coach, in the 1 minute we have left, college football seems to resemble life in a lot of ways. As of today, going into Saturday's finale, what do you think for you personally, and we'll bring it down to a personal level because I can do that because we're brothers. What do you think has been maybe the biggest disappointment of 2021 as a whole in general? And then just in fairness, cite to me and cite to Rich and our fans of yours and those dedicated folks, cite a success that kind of stands out, if you would, on the season and get you out of bed every morning to do it again and go mad. What disappoints and what brings you to life?
Well, obviously, disappointment is all this hard work the people put in this program to not have the wins, I guess, to show for it, per se. You see these guys day in and day out come to work, whether it's the coaches or the players and the people behind the scenes, they put this work in not to be rewarded. And so that's some stuff, again, we have to get cleaned up, and that comes, and the maturity will happen along with that, that hard work. And when that comes together, then you'll see the success, I guess, on the scoreboard, if you will. But I've just been proud of our team and the people that support us, that stay with us no matter what. Adversity comes in life, and I've learned that. And God said he'll get you through the storm.
Yes, sir.
And that's one thing he's done for me, is to keep my eyes on the prize and block out any outside noise, and you just keep working, as if you're working for the Lord and not for man. And that's what we've done. That's what I try to do and focus on, and I take that and run with it every day. And so we'll keep working. We'll keep getting better. I'm proud of how these young men have worked and prepared, and the fruits of our labor will come to pass if we keep going at this thing and stay faithful.
Yes, sir. And you trying to do that has proven to be a success because you and your team are doing that.
Well, thank you.
So
thank you.
You're a pleasure. You really are. Let's take a look at what we have coming up for you here this Saturday, the finale.
Yeah.
We are traveling to Marquette, Michigan, inside the Superior Dome to take on Northern Michigan. That's a 1 o'clock kick. And we'll have it, of course, for you on 1490 AM, 107.7 FM. And as always, it'll be at gonorthwood.com on the internet.
That's right.
Safe journey north. Colors are gone. Look for snow. And watch for deer.
Well, we'll be indoors playing, so
That's
I don't
right.
know about snow.
It's before you get inside.
Before we get inside.
Yeah. Last thoughts, Coach.
Get a
Violette?
good night's sleep. Get up there, get a good night's sleep. Good luck, and let's make it 8 of 9.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Thank
thank you guys for everything you've done at MCTV as well. Appreciate you guys.
That's it.
Thank you, Coach.
2021 inside of a nutshell and on the recorded machine for you. We appreciate your commitment and dedication to this all season long. And for my partner, Rich Violette, and for head coach Leonard Haynes of the Northwood Timberwolves, my name's Dale Robbins. May 2022 be as successful for you as it has been for us. And we're out of here, and we're going away. We're doing it. We're going away mad. We're going to go away and make a difference. Have a great fall and start to winter, everybody, and blessed holidays. So long.